subscribers and new viewers. My name is Enid. I am itching for stitching. Welcome to my channel. Today I have a cross stitch finish to show and some other stuff and a new start. So I have Zero Sugar Orange Crush because my mouth is dry, and also I don't know what it is, but there's something going through my house that's causing like respiratory stuff and I'll start to lose my voice, so I gotta drink something. It's incredibly annoying. So anyway, enough about that. So I finished my self-designed chart that I designed in Max Stitch. I keep wanting to call it Markup R-XP, but it's Max Stitch. They also have PC Stitch if you're a Windows user. I'm not sure if it's cross-platform with other operating systems. Don't know. Anyways, I have the full enchilada of Max Stitch, and it's so much fun. Me and my daughter love designing it. It's just fun. So if I'm sick, not feeling mentally well or whatever, and stitching is just a bridge too far, I'll just play in there and make something, and I just enjoy it. So anyway, I designed this in there using a font and these motifs, which have changed in the program now. I was poking around in there and noticed they look different. So I self-designed the ghost, but my first version of it looked like a sperm. So I couldn't unsee that. So I doodled with my thread, which was really fun actually, and just filled it in to flesh it out and give it arms and stuff, and now I think it actually looks like a ghost. So that is good. And yeah, I had fun. So this is vintage Ada from, it was probably originally purchased in like Kmart or something like that, but I didn't buy it from Kmart. I bought off of eBay. So I buy, like, I have a predilection for trawling there. Like, I cast my net and look for a listing that has a ton of Ada, rolls of Ada, the folded Ada in the paperboard, like, packaging. I actually like those. I think that's what this is, because it comes in, like, red, pink, like, cream, white, blue, I think. Like, they had a whole bunch of if I had one that I could see, I would go and get it. But I enjoy this because, like, having different colors of Ada is useful. So I've used the red to make, like, ornaments and stuff. And green, like dark green is another one. But anyway, it's like 14 count. So this is really soft. I really like it. It's really thick but it's soft at the same time. It has kind of like a burlappy kind of an aesthetic, I suppose, but it's not stiff like that. So I just drew the back, shoved some felt in there, and Bob's your uncle. So this is my really, like, lame hanger. It's just a piece of DMC. I think it's the same color that I used. I just used a scrap of it or something, but hey, it works. So, and I don't like put ruffles. I don't know how to do that. Otherwise I would. If I had, like, Halloween fabric and I could make a ruffle, I would. You betcha. So anyway, this is my new start, and I started this a few days ago. So I had a hard time for a solid week there, and I had little to no urge to stitch or really do much crafting at all. It was horrendous. So but anyways, I decided that I needed something small with not too many colors that wouldn't be too difficult. I could do on Ada, and wouldn't take me too long. So I was looking at that, and I love the little buildings. I think they're cute. So I decided to stitch that one, and so I'm almost done. I'm also interested to do the little trees there, like the back stitched trees. I'm gonna do that once I finished the rest of the stitching. So yeah, I have a goal to finish this today. And so I finished I can't remember if I finished this last year for life of me. I think so, but don't quote me on that. So I did this one, and I just love that. I love this whole scene. I think it's adorable. So I used I don't know if they still do this, but at one point, 1, 2, 3 Stitch did grab bags of cuts of linen and stuff like that. So that's what this came from, and I really like it. It was sturdy enough that I didn't need a hoop. And it was too small for a hoop anyways, and so I could just hold it in my hand and go to town. So that's what I did. I had originally started this pattern on a different piece of fabric, but I miscounted or something went wrong. So I abandoned it and then restarted it, and I just made myself finish it. I just didn't listen to my brain that was saying, oh, it's too hard, I can't do it. Or no, I persevered, and it paid off. And I went to my quilting store and got some fabric for the back. And I learned that you shouldn't buy, for small things like this, you don't buy fabric has large motifs because it'll get cut off and look weird. So yeah, and it wasn't really expensive either to get this like quilting type fabric. Just to I use like the polyfill stuffing that it's made in the USA, the bags of it from like Walmart or something. So I have tons of that because, you know, I like to crochet pillows too, or crochet pumpkins, so I stuff them. Anyway, this I think was a Tiny Modernist freebie. Actually, I think it's still available. So I stitched that up, and it was surprisingly hard. Like there was like I made a mistake counting somewhere, and I had to rip back once, I remember. But I persevered. And I think it's really cute, and I like it in this, so I have like a wooden salad bowl that we don't eat salad out of a wooden bowl. So I put a bunch of like glass beads in it, and then any Halloween pills I finish, I put in there to display them. So I have a total of 2. So I thought that I could do this into a pillow, but it's so strange, like it's so long. I don't know that would work, but I'll have to choose now. I can look at it when it's finished. I think sometimes it distorts my brain when it's in a hoop, but I think it's huge, and then I take it out and I'm like, oh no, actually that's really small. So anyway, but that'd be cool actually to have another pillow to add to the collection. So in this case, like this is a scrap of 8. It's really nice. I had tried to stitch something on there and just abandoned it, so I just cut this piece out just roughly with my fabric scissors, and I knew that this would be big enough. It's just perfect. It's not too long that it's getting in the way of my cross stitching or anything, so this worked for me. I did have some trouble, so I'm actually missing a stitch right there, I can tell, so I have to go back and add that one. And that's not the first time I've done that on this project, where I've missed. It's like it says serif. So there's like sans serif and then serif. I went to college to become an admin assistant. We had to learn about fonts and stuff. It was a long time ago. So it just always pops into my head. Kind of irrelevant, but anyway, I have to watch myself before I wreck myself. But yeah, I need to add that stitch in there, so I have to make a mental note. It's not a big deal, just have a length and whack that in there. So yeah, it's kind of annoying to forget a stitch, but anyway, so that's back. So I don't know what's going on there. Oh, I have to cut that off. So I have a bad habit. I will end off and then leave it dangling, and then it gets caught up in my further stitches, which is done. So, I can't remember if I talked about, I tried to start this on, so I had a, scrap's not the right word, like a piece of linen to test it, test piece from a grab bag thing, but it was really, is a high count. So 2 threads over 2 look awful, is bunched up and too thick. So I tried doing 1 thread over 2 and it looked too thin. Like the coverage was awful. So I'm like, oh my gosh, do I have to do like over 1? I love this. Ever since I first saw it, I loved it. I think it looks cute. It looks like a little face. I don't know if that's on purpose, but that's what it looks like to me. And it's not huge or anything, obviously. It's quite small. It's from 2014, for heaven's sake. So I had gone to, I don't remember if that's in one, that was in one of the packs though. I had gone to a stitching shop and they had on a table or something, a basket or something with like Ziploc type bags full of little prairie schooler charts like this. And I snatched up a couple because I was like, oh, I love this. This is great. So have I stitched any of them? Actually, I did. But I had a vintage one that I got somewhere that I stitched up, and I don't know what I did with it. I gave it to somebody. But I have actually. But yeah, it's just bugging me. I don't know that I want to do this on Ada. Also, that's a lot of like black stitching. This is like 33.71, which is sometimes I like using that more than I like using black because it's not as difficult. And the coverage is better, I think. So that's what this is 33.71. So they have very similar color schemes in a lot of their Halloween things. So anyway, this is one of my favorite things I ever cross-stitched. That's a Satsuma Street perforated paper kit. So I had seen this on Flosstube and I had to have it. So I had to go all over the place to find it. And then I think last December I worked on all month stitching it up. It was a uphill battle because it's black. But, and I've never stitched on perforated paper before. But 10 out of 10. I loved adding beads to it. And the sequins. It's just fantastic. I think it's beautiful. And it excites me to hang it on my Halloween tree here. Where my, stitching, which I think that was from, just cross stitch a long time ago. So that was like one of my first stitching attempts on linen, and I sweat through it. I remember it being really challenging to count the fabric threads and not goof it up, and like when there's a space you have to count across. I almost lost my mind, but I persevered. So I'd heard somewhere that you could like burn linen. So that's what I did. I took a lighter or something and burned the edges to give it kind of a rustic, creepy look. And also then it doesn't fray. Because I've stitched that a long time ago. So anyway, I'm going to show off my Prairie Schooler Halloween charts. I wish I had more, but anyway. Some years ago, they said they were retiring the company. And so I freaked out and went to 123 Stitch and bought a whole bunch of them. So I have Christmas ones and I have a lot. So it's one of my favorite designers. So I have book 188, Trick or Treat. I freaking love this one. I've always wanted to stitch that. So I've stitched this guy. And I want to stitch that too. That's cute. So, and then I have 180, All Hallows Eve. I love that one too. It's heckin' cute. And I love the house. It looks really creepy. And on the back, I have to, on this one, I have the pictures of the smalls on the back. So this one cracks me up because it says oops. And the ghost is coming out of there. That's so cute. Sorry, I bumped my phone holder. It's not one of my videos if I don't bump my phone holder. So I have Boo Moon, book 189. I love this one too. It's really cute. I'm always staring at it, trying to decide. I really love this one and that one, but I love all of them. This is cute. That's really cute. I freaking love it. So, yeah, I haven't finished it. So, I can't remember if I showed this one already. I know I showed that one. So, this is book 196, Nevermore. It's beautiful. And, those are the minis on the back. I think those look really cool. So, and, book 200, Witching Hour. So, I heard that somebody bought the rights to the designs and started printing them on like flimsy printer paper or something. So I haven't really invested in them because I can't stand that, and they're not like super cheap. I don't think. So I can't decide which one's my favorite. I love all of them. I could swear I'm missing one. I don't know where it went. Anyway, I'll find it later. So I have to be careful not to lose those. They're so small. It's really weird. So I know there's another one. I'm just losing my mind. So, anyway, I have, I think, when I finish that Prairie Schooler mini, I will work on this one. This is a Stitcherhood Simply Divine Cross Stitch 201 Quaker Pumpkin. But I might work on this in November. So I have that turkey from Cyber Stitchers, I'm pretty sure. It's very colorful. But I've been meaning to finish that because I love wild turkeys. I mean, I like eating turkeys, don't get me wrong, but I adore wild turkeys. They're so cool. So I want to stitch one up, like a big fantastic one. And yeah, but I also need to stitch a big Prairie Schoolers Halloween one. So I'm just worried about fabric, I think. I have anxiety, and sometimes it affects my cross stitching. I'm just mortified that I'm going to make a stupid mistake. But I know there's another one. It's so weird because it's not here. So only I could lose something like that in 5 seconds. Anyways, I'll have to hunt for that because these are precious to me. And not replaceable without paying an inordinate amount of money, I'm sure. Anyway, yeah. I always think about stitching that one, the big one, and I love that one too. So, I mean, I love them all. This is cool. And this is super cool. But I think this is the one that cries out to me that I need to do that. Because I love how they're running up to the haunted house and there's like the smoke is a ghost or like it's coming out like that. It's just so cute. I'm sure it's amazing. So anyway, yeah, I have no haul. I might get some haul, I don't know. But still waiting for somebody to open up a needlework shop in my immediate area. That would be great. I'd probably die of excitement. So anyway, thank you for watching and subscribing and commenting, liking, and all that. I really appreciate it. I'm still trying to reach 400. Haven't gotten there. So I don't know. Maybe I'll never get there. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. So anyway, trying to see if my camera lens is dirty because it looks fuzzy. I mean, it's fuzzy, but fuzzier. Anyway, yeah, so I have, Costco has giant packs of, 125 in a bag. So, yeah, I love gummy bears. I don't know about you. But anyways, yeah, I have a huge bowl. So, and, you know, my family can just eat on them. But, anyway. I think, that's about it for now. So remember to keep stitching because you count. Bye for now.